It's midnight. Your body is asleep, but your mind is alive. Inside your head, billions of neurons fire like stars in motion, creating a world of their own. You are flying through endless skies, meeting people long gone, or walking through places that don't exist. Dreams, a secret cinema only your mind can project. But what if a machine could watch your dreams? What if artificial intelligence could scan your brain and rebuild the images you see when you sleep? This is not a movie. This is real science, a new frontier where neuroscience meets artificial intelligence. A frontier that may soon make your most private world, your dreams, no longer private. Welcome to HTV. Today, we explore a breathtaking question. Can AI really read your dreams? And if it can, what happens to the last hidden corner of the human mind? Every human dreams. Every night. Most dreams vanish as we wake up, fading like smoke. But in those short minutes, the brain becomes more active than when we're awake. Scientists call this stage REM sleep, short for rapid eye movement. During REM, the brain lights up in complex patterns. Images, sounds, and emotions merge into strange stories we call dreams. For centuries, people believed dreams were messages from gods, windows into the soul, or reflections of hidden desires. But modern neuroscience has a different view. Dreams are the brain's way of processing memories, emotions, and experiences. They are a byproduct of our neurons replaying and reshaping what we live each day. Still, one question remained. If dreams are created by brain activity, could we ever see them? That's where artificial intelligence enters the story. In the early 2010s, scientists at ATR Computational Neuroscience Laboratories in Japan decided to test an idea that sounded impossible. They asked, if AI can recognize images and patterns from data, can it learn to recognize the patterns inside a human brain? The lead scientist, Dr. Yukiyasu Kamatani, and his team recruited volunteers. Each volunteer lay inside an fMRI machine, a massive scanner that tracks brain activity by measuring blood flow. While awake, the volunteers looked at hundreds of images, faces, animals, cars, houses. As they looked, the fMRI recorded every flicker of activity inside their visual cortex, the part of the brain that processes what we see. The AI model was then trained on that data. It learned how certain brain patterns matched specific images. After training, the volunteers were allowed to sleep inside the scanner. When they entered REM sleep, the AI watched their brain activity and tried to guess what they were dreaming about. The results shocked everyone. The AI could not show clear pictures, but it predicted dream content with around 60 to 70% accuracy. When the brain showed a pattern similar to car, the AI guessed the person was dreaming about vehicles. When it matched the pattern of dog, the AI guessed animals. It was the first time in human history that a machine had come close to reading a dream. After the success in Japan, scientists around the world began exploring the same frontier. At the University of California, Berkeley, researchers used a similar approach, but added advanced deep learning algorithms. They trained AI models on hours of brain scans, while participants watched short film clips. Then, using only the brain activity data, the AI attempted to reconstruct what the subjects had seen. The results were blurry, but recognizable, moving shapes resembling the original footage. It was as if the AI had peeked through a foggy window into the human mind. This breakthrough proved something extraordinary. Dreams were not just random noise. They were patterns, and patterns can be decoded. The brain, once considered unreachable, could now be read like data. Still, the question remained. If we can decode what people see while awake, how far are we from decoding what they see while asleep? Imagine lying inside a silent room. Above you, a large magnetic ring hums quietly. The fMRI scanner. You're told to relax, to drift into sleep. As you fall deeper into REM, the machine records every shift in blood flow, every flicker of neural activity. On a nearby screen, a computer powered by AI translates those patterns into guesses. It doesn't show clear images, but the data hints at shapes. A person walking, a tree, a building, perhaps light moving through clouds. What once lived only in your imagination now lives in a dataset. And that dataset can be studied, compared, analyzed. To the scientists, it's a triumph of technology. To philosophers, it's a revolution in what it means to be human. For the first time, the barrier between the inner world and the outer world is beginning to fall. To understand how AI can read dreams, you have to understand how it reads data. Every thought, image, or emotion in your brain produces a unique pattern of electrical signals. These signals create subtle changes in oxygen levels across different regions. An fMRI scanner captures those changes frame by frame. AI then processes this massive dataset through what is called a neural network, a system inspired by how our own neurons work. The AI learns which patterns of brain activity match which types of images or emotions. Over time, it becomes better at predicting what the person might be seeing or imagining. In simple terms, the brain becomes a code, and AI learns the language to read it. Today, the best systems can decode broad categories: animals, faces, objects, landscapes. Tomorrow, they might decode specific people, emotions, or entire dream narratives. With great power comes great unease. If AI can see what you dream, can it also read what you imagine? Can it reveal thoughts you never spoke? Privacy, once protected by the walls of your mind, may no longer be safe. Tech ethicists warn that dream decoding could become a new form of surveillance. Imagine a future where companies could analyze your subconscious to predict your fears, desires, or memories. Even in medical fields, where this technology could help patients with trauma or coma recovery, the line between help and invasion is razor thin. Who owns your mind's data? You or the machine that can read it? These questions are no longer philosophical fiction. They are practical challenges that scientists and lawmakers must face in the coming decades. Despite the risks, dream decoding could transform mental health care. Psychiatrists might one day visualize nightmares in PTSD patients to guide therapy. Neurologists could help stroke victims communicate when speech is lost. Researchers might finally understand why we dream and how dreams affect memory, learning, and creativity. At MIT and Harvard, early tests are already underway. AI models are helping map the brain, stream networks, clusters of neurons that activate in predictable patterns during REM sleep. This could reveal how the brain organizes imagination itself. The possibilities are endless, but every discovery brings us closer to the edge of privacy. The dream world, once sacred, silent, and personal, may become the next digital frontier. Picture this. It's 2040. You go to bed wearing a lightweight neural band. It tracks your dreams, records them, and uploads them to your phone in the morning. You wake up, open an app, and replay your dreams like a movie. Science fiction? Maybe not for long. Companies like Neuralink and OpenBCI are already experimenting with real-time brain-computer interfaces. If these technologies merge with dream decoding AI, watching your own dreams could become normal. But the bigger question is, who else will be watching? There's something poetic about the idea that AI, built from human logic, is now trying to decode human imagination. We built the machine to think like us. Now the machine is learning to dream like us. Maybe that's the final frontier of technology, not conquering space, but mapping the mind. And perhaps, in understanding our dreams, we might finally understand ourselves. Dreams have always been humanity's last mystery. Now, artificial intelligence stands at the edge, ready to open that door. Whether it brings enlightenment or intrusion will depend on how wisely we use it. This is not just science. It's a story about identity, privacy, and the fragile line between machine and mind. You've been watching HEH TV. If you close your eyes tonight, remember, somewhere in a lab, a machine is learning to see what you see.